Want to fancy up your holiday table this year? You're going to love these festive little treat holders. We are going to play with the Humble Home punch, so it's a builder punch as well as the stamp set. This is great for all occasions. We're going to use it today for some Christmas treat holders, but you can use it for a welcome, you can use it for thank yous, you can use it for Christmas, you can just say it as a for you can use them for gift tags. There are so many ways to use this, and these really are so sweet. So how I got the idea for what we're going to do today is I received this little treat holder from my friend Lillian, and she had made it, and what she had used was this stamp right here. And this is a wonderful stamp. It's so cute and it's easy to use, but I want to show you how to use the other things that are in this stamp set. And I want to show you a couple alternatives too for ways that you can use color. So let's get started. So I'm going to pull in my Stampin' Pierce mat that I've covered just with a grid sheet, because when you're working with photopolymer stamps, there's no rubber on there. So you need something to give it a little bit of cushion. So I've pulled in that one, which is the house. I've pulled in the rooftop, and then I've also pulled in the door and the two windows. So we've got those colors. We're going to be using Real Red, and we're also going to use Early Espresso here. Now I want to show you, as I said, a couple tips for working with the color. So I'm also going to have just a piece of my scrap paper, and I'm going to stamp off on this. Start with our Early Espresso, ink that up, and let me show you first what it looks like, just with a piece of basic white. So when you stamp it, what you want to do is you want to give it a little bit of room all the way around it, because we're going to put a roof on this, and you need to be able to cut off the roof as well at the same time. And so when you're stamping, you want to stamp straight down, give it a really good press so that all the ink transfers. Now what I found is when I do that dark, just one inking and then stamping, that it may not be that great, because now how am I going to get my doors and my windows on here? So what I found instead is that I used the second impression. Now this one's probably a little bit light right now, but let's just give it a go. So you can really see the difference in the two stamps there. Now you can also try and get it a little bit darker, but I sort of like how that one looks. Now you'll notice that I did put a little bit of space in here. Let's see if I did put the right amount of space. So we're going to stamp this, and I'm going to use Real Red on top, and I'm going to put that right on top of the house. And then I'm not going to do anything on the back of this one, because it's going to be the back of our house. So let's do another one here. Now I'm going to be pretty close there, but I still might be able to get it. And I'm also going to use, I can either do my dark for my doors, or I could do red for my doors. So I think let's use some Early Espresso. So we're going to use Early Espresso, and that's right going to go on the front. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it's straight, these are cute little things. Now we're going to bring in our Humble Home Builder Punch. Now with a Builder Punch, there's additional items always on it. And so we have our main house, but we also have a heart, a square, and then a dot. So I'm going to pull this in, and you can see what I mean. I'm just a tiny bit too close there. So I'm going to try and adjust that a little bit, see if I can't get that a little bit better. So this is going to be the back, so punch it out. And then we're also going to, oh, it looks like I've got a little bit of red on there from my hands. We're going to punch this one out. Now I want to show you how you can fix the side. Okay, so there's our house. We've got hearts and we've got squares sort of everywhere here. Now just take your paper snips, and you can always just give it a little snip like here. And then to match it on the other side, I'm just going to go like this. Now what you'll notice is that I have a little bit more white here, and it really depends if you stamp your roof exactly square with your house. So these are just some tips I found working with the Humble Home. So I'm just going to cut this off with my paper snip so it just has a little river of white. So that's what we're going to start with. And we're going to decorate it up a little bit more, but that's it for the stamping right now. And what we need to do now is we need to pull in something else Now I'm going to pull in the stamp set again, and I've cut out, stamped, and colored our little wreath. So this is just colored with our Stampin' Blends. You can use whatever you have. If you have watercolor pencils, if you have markers, whatever you have, and that's going to go onto our house. And immediately that just perks it up. Okay, so that's our house. Now we're going to make the little piece that goes on the inside to hold our goodie. So I have a piece of crumb cake here, and my size is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. We're going to use our Stampin' Trimmer, and I'm going to score that all the way around at 3/4. And this worked out really nicely. So this is tweaked a little bit from the other one you saw that had the 2 kisses in it. This one is going to be able to fit something a little larger, something round perhaps, if you have Ferrero Rocher, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to put in it as well. So you go all the way around until you have a square and then your sides. And then what we're going to do is we are going to cut straight up. So think about this being the middle. We're going to go straight on the middle, and we're going to create a little bit of a wedge on the other. So I always cut my straight ones first, and then I wedge. Cut your straight ones first, and then your wedge goes on the outside. Then you turn it 180 degrees, and you do the same thing. You just repeat that over here. And what we're doing is just creating a nice edge for our box. Okay, so you just pull out those little triangles, those little wedges, and then we're going to use our bone folder, and we're going to fold up along those score lines. So now what you want to do is you want to take your piece and you want to hold it so, or put it on the table so that the 2 flaps are in this way. Okay, so we're going to put glue on these 2. And I'm just using liquid glue here. And then you're going to push them in and bring this other one up. And why I've cut it straight is I want that to be a nice straight edge there and meet up. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. And there should be plenty of glue on your inside pieces to hold that together. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So a little bit of glue on both of those flaps. You don't need a huge amount of glue, but enough that it's going to solidly set up. So then just make sure that your edges are nice and straight. And if you happen to have what I have with your box, don't worry about it. It's a little bit taller. You can cut that off if you want, but I wouldn't worry overly much about that. So now what we have is we have a box. You can see the edges here, but they're still fairly straight. And we're going to take our little house and we're going to put our little house on those edges so that we're going to hide them even more, so that when we're done, we have a perfectly impressive, professional looking house. So a little bit of glue on the outside edge, and then what I do is I place it on the table, put my little house on there, try and get it centered because it's a little bit bigger than the 2 3/4. So try and have the same amount of space. Your liquid glue gives you a little bit of time, so just get that nicely set up in the middle, and we're going to do the same thing for the back. And I'm not too worried about the back being a little bit darker. I want to show you a couple other alternatives too. So if you like this project, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also make sure that you head on over to my blog. I'm at designwithjo.ca, and I share all kinds of fun ideas and cards and just things to make your paper crafting a lot more fun. Okay, so now we've got our little project. We are going to put something in there, but I think I'll wait right to the end to do that. But what I want to do is I want to make these into table favors. So I have pulled in the mini pocket envelope, and as of today, which is December 10th, 2024, this set of dies is on the last chance list, and they're 40% off. And I love these. These are a little mini pocket envelope. There's a leaf in here. You can make a bow out of these pieces, and I love this tiny little tag. So I have cut one of those already, just a tiny little tag out of my basic white. And then I'm going to use my Stampin' Write marker, and I'm just going to write the person's name on here. So we're having a few people over for some Christmas fun, and so that's one of our folks, and we are going to take our little tag. We're going to put it onto a glue dot right where the hole is, and we're going to place it right on that chimney. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to use the pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive back dots. There's really long names for these now. And I'm going to take one of the pecan pie, and even though it's not exactly the same color as what I'm using, I think it's pretty good match. We've got more of our brown sitting there. So we have our cute little house, and then I'm going to put inside just a Lindor chocolate. Now, I do like that the cellophane sticks out the side. If you wanted, you could fold the cellophane in and pop that in the box. It will fit. This will also work for a crochet if you want to put that in there. So there's one. Now that's one where we've removed some of the color. I want to show you two more. These ones are pecan pie, and in these pecan pie, I did use the first impression. So, and this was the second impression. So you can see the difference in the intensity of color. And then I also did some different things with the roof. So play around with your colors. And I think that you're going to find these really are fun to make. I've made 6 of these in probably about half an hour. So it did take a little bit of time just to get the idea down. But once you start playing, this is a ball. So please make sure you subscribe. Thanks for checking me out today, and have a super paper crafting day. Bye-bye.